Hey Hustlers, welcome back to another episode of the Hustler Show. And in the last video, I talked about how you can validate any business idea with a 3-step simple framework. If you haven't watched that video, I suggest that you watch it now. I'll put the link in the description down below so you can check it out. But today, I want to go deeper into that video. How you can build up a landing page or an offer very quickly using just very cheap and simple tools that you can use. And if you watch to the end of this video, I will also share with you what is an element of a very good landing page and offer. Okay, so make sure you stay and watch until the end. So the first thing that you need when you build up a website or a landing page, you can opt for, you can build something on Wix, you can build something on Squarespace, and these things are very simple. It's all drag and drop. First, you want to identify your offer. What service do you want to serve to your people, right? And after that, package that service up into a single web page, either on Wix, on Squarespace. My personal favorite is WordPress. And in the previous video, I showed you a website on a keto meal delivery website, which I cooked up in just under 3 days. And the tools that I used were WordPress. It's my favorite landing page builder because I'm good at WordPress and it's fast and it gets the job done, and I can get it up very quickly. So find something that works for you very quickly. Another thing is that you want to make sure that your website loads very quickly. The reason behind that is that, did you know that humans have shorter attention spans than goldfishes when you're on a mobile phone? And the internet is becoming increasingly mobile. Over 70 or 80% of all web traffic these days happen on a mobile phone. So you want to make sure that your website loads very snappy, very quickly, so that you don't lose your customers' attention. Because when you launch, you most likely launch with, say, Facebook ads, Google ads and stuff like that, and you're paying money for that traffic. So to make the most out of your money or whatever budget that you set aside for your launch, you want to make sure that everything is fast, right? If your website or landing page doesn't load under 3 seconds on a mobile phone, you most likely already lost a significant chunk of your visitors. And I'm talking about 90%. 90% of people will leave your website if it loads too slowly. And when I say too slowly, it's 4 seconds, 5 seconds and above. That's already way too slow for mobile. So you want to make sure that you're building your landing page on a very good server like Wix and Squarespace. Their websites typically load very fast because they have scale, right? They are probably deployed on Amazon or Google Cloud Platform or Voucher, all these big infrastructure providers. But what about WordPress? I prefer using, if you're starting out and you don't really have a lot of budget, I would recommend 2 hosting companies, WPX Hosting as well as SiteGround, right? These are very cheap. You can get started with just less than $10 a month, and you can get a pretty good hosting package that loads almost in a heartbeat, in 1 second. That is, in my experience, my websites need to load under 1 second so that I'm making the most out of my marketing dollar. And a lot of people make this mistake. They want to start off cheap. They want to start off, they might have budget constraints, but never ever stinge on your hosting. Choose something that gives you very good value, and you don't actually have to overpay. Like SiteGround, you can start off with $7 a month, which is dirt cheap, right, for a fast hosting package. After that, you want to download a page builder or of some sort into your WordPress website or your Squarespace or Wix website, and make sure that you'll be able to design the offer. Okay, so that's the technical setup part, right? That's part 1. Make sure your website loads fast, it's optimized, and so that you don't lose out on your money on marketing dollars. And the second part I want to talk about is the offer. How do you build and test a good offer? Number 1, make sure that you're solving a problem that someone is facing. And that is one of the best ways to start, right? Number two, before we go into number two, let's talk about number one deeper. And the best way to find out about your offer is to do your research. Are there any other similar competitors out there that are doing the same thing? What are they doing to get their traffic? Who are those people that they're trying to help? And you need to craft your messaging to solve people's problems rather than tell them, this product can do this for you. You don't want to sell a product. Most of the time, if Apple were to sell computers only, they would suffer, right? Apple is selling their ecosystem, the experience in using an Apple product. So you want to be focusing on the benefits and not the solutions. For example, if you are selling compression socks, for example, that's a really hot item in e-commerce now. Compression socks, right? Instead of talking about how thick it is, how cheap it is, or how durable it is, these things, people don't care about these stuff. What people care about is what your product or service can do for them. How would they benefit from it? For example, if you were selling compression socks, say bye-bye to varicose veins, or like those ugly veins that shows up on your thighs if you stand too long and stuff like that. Have better energy, have more energy throughout the day. So you want to be focusing on these kind of languages rather than talking about the features of your product. Because anybody can make up a compression sock, but what makes a good business owner, a good entrepreneur / marketer better than the rest is their ability to convince people, right? And you convince people by telling them how they will benefit from it rather than what do you have in store for them. I hope that makes sense, and if it doesn't, please, I'll make another video to go deeper into this. And if you have any questions, leave a comment in the comment sections down below. So yeah, focus on the benefits and not on the features. This is a very, very, very important point. And number two, you want to introduce social proof. Because humans, whether you like it or not, whether you like to admit it or not, we are animals, right? And we have this thing called the herd mentality, where we look at others, how others respond to a certain thing, and use that to guide our decision. And when I say social proof, and you will see a lot of other websites do this, they have testimonials, and they've got testimonials in videos, in text form. They've got our clients, look what these people have said after they used our products, or they show Instagram photos of other people using their product. And then you will find a sense of belonging. Hey, these guys are doing it, bought this product and they seem to love it. I must love it too. So this is another very, very important point when it comes to online marketing. Because it really works. It's actually scientifically proven that we as humans look at others for validation. So you want to make sure you have this. And if you don't have this, because you're a new product, right, you haven't launched and all that, create some product samples, hire some influencers, give your product for free, and ask them to tell people what they think about your product or service. Honestly, you don't have to bribe them or anything like that. If your product is good, they're going to say it's good. So don't worry too much about that. Or if you're really, really tight on a budget and you really want to validate your business idea, I would suggest that you just fake it till you make it. A lot of marketers have done that before, and it really, you can do it. Just make sure it seems real and you're not over promising anything, so that the people who actually buy don't get pissed off, right? So, and number three would be the objective of your entire offer, like how much to price it and stuff like that. And the best part to do this is actually to look at other successful people who have done the same thing and look at them for inspiration for price. And the thing is, because a lot of people, you know, they when they're launching their first product, they always think about, oh, you know, how much should I price this? What other value should I provide and stuff like that. So number one, start off by looking at your competitors and similar products in the market and see how much your value, how much are people willing to pay for your product. So this is the basic one, step number one. And step number two is that you want to test your offer as well. Because you've just started, you're new in the online space, you've got nothing to lose, right? It's not like you have 1,000, 10,000 customers and then, you know, whenever you change your pricing, people will go ape shit. That's not the case here. You're a new business and you're trying to validate your idea, you're trying to validate your offer. Test as much as possible. Create multiple versions of the landing page with some of the assumptions you have. Some could be priced cheaper, some could be priced a little bit higher, but you give something extra. So you want to test out your offers and drive traffic to each of these different landing pages separately and then see which one resonates better with your audience. So, and because you're just starting off, you can always get feedback. Just make sure that you're always getting feedback from your first 10 to 50 customers, because these are the people who are the most valuable to you. These are the early adopters of your product, and every single one of their feedback can be used to improve their service. So for example, you've got offer A, B, and C for the same product, same service, and just a little bit of different mechanics. What you want to do is identify which offer performs the best, and then gather feedback on how to improve the best performing offer and keep repeating this process so that you're in the process of constant improvement to better serve your clients. And you know, some of these things might sound a little bit crazy, like, wow, I'm selling one product at 3 different prices. But it happens all the time, more than you know it, because people, especially new businesses, they don't know their customers that well yet. They don't know how much they're willing to pay. This is a very, very economical and effective way of finding out how should you price or package up your services. So guys, that's the end of today's video. And if you have any questions at all, please leave a comment down below. You know, I'll try to reply to every single comment. You know, like, our videos don't get that much views yet, so I would really appreciate it if you could like this video, subscribe and hit the notification buttons, because we will be publishing a lot more tips on launching online businesses on this channel. And lastly, I did mention that in this video earlier on, I would share the key elements, the super important elements of a landing page. So I've gone through number one, speed, you know, just making sure that you're not wasting your ad or launch budget on a slow landing page, because that's going to really hurt your campaign ROI. Number two, social proof. Try to get and gather as many social proof as you can and showcase all of them on your website to show how happy people are with your product and services, right? I'm not sure if that sounded right. And number three, testing your offers. Yeah, you want to be testing your offers in the beginning so that you know which offer works well for what type of people as well. So try to keep tab of that. And the last secret that I'm going to share with you today is my most important secret, actually, which is I use this tool called Elementor, which is a page builder on WordPress, and it makes it extremely easy to build a website in a very, very short amount of period of time. And I will put the link in the video down in the descriptions below so you can check it out. It's really very powerful, and it really gives people the ability to create beautiful websites without having to touch code, which is the most important thing. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you found this video helpful or not. or if there's something I can improve on, please let me know in the comment sections, and please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye guys.